Blessings and welcome to the Path to Freedom. My name is Daniel Roqueo, and I want to thank you for being here, for tuning in, for for choosing to join me in a moment of expanding our consciousness, in a moment of transforming our lives. That too. I was going to say in a moment of raising our vibration, but all of these coincide. It's all about the same thing. Another way of saying all of this is that we, through this work, get to allow for more love and more peace and more joy and more harmony and wholeness and abundance to be revealed from within us, to emerge from within us. These are just different ways of describing the same thing, us waking up to who and what we are. So this is a beautiful path. This is a beautiful space to be in, and I'm grateful that you're choosing to be here with me, to tune in, to join me. Today's topic is very brief. It's a simple and yet very powerful in a sense, but very meaningful and important, even more so, an important question. The question, why? W-H-Y. Why? If you have tuned in before, you may have heard me say that we're wise to not lean into why questions. And that is, I stand completely by that as it relates to questions seeking the cause of something. Why is this happening to me? Why am I here? Why does this keep coming back into my life? Those questions that seek to find the answer as to why we are having particular experiences, we're wise to stay clear of those. We're not going to go into why that is today. But I want to be perfectly clear as we start out. I have not turned completely around where this question is concerned. But today we're going to use the question why from a different perspective, from a different space of consciousness. So we're not coming from victimhood, but today we're going to use the question to increase, to expand our awareness of where we are in consciousness. So as we move along the path of awakening, the path of manifestation, the path of freedom, as we seek to call more of the good into our lives, it can be finances, it can be health, it can be housing, it can be livelihood, it can be relationships. As we're seeking to call something into our lives, as we set intentions, visions for our lives, a powerful question to lean into is why? Why do I want to call this particular condition into my experience? Why do I want more money? Why do I want a different job? Why do I want a new relationship or a relationship? And the answer, so we ask the question, why am I seeking to call this particular condition into my experience? And we obviously, as always, we turn within and we listen. We become aware of what it is that is running us. Let's say that I'm seeking to call more money into my experience. Let's go with money. I'm seeking to call more money into my experience. That's the vision that I caught. That's the intention that I've set. That's the dream that I'm catching. And so I ask, why? Why is it that I want more money in my life? Is it to stockpile? Is it so that I can go out and buy a bunch of stuff? A new TV, a new car, new shoes, more clothes, more whatever. Or do I want more money because I have a sense that I'm not good enough if I don't have money? Or do we want more money so that we can do more good in the world? Are we visioning ourselves in a greater financial circulation so that we can have a greater impact on the world, so that we can expand our service in the world? So we're wise to ask, to become aware of the motivation. Where are we coming from? And when we become aware, as always, I'm not saying that it is wrong to have money. I'm not saying that it is wrong to have lots of money. All this is good and well. All this is good and well. We all have a mandate. It's our birthright to live in abundance, to live in opulence, to live in a beautiful circulation of energy. It's our birthright. I once had a great teacher saying that money is good for only two things. One, to make ourselves comfortable. And two, so that we can expand our service. So money is a beautiful avenue to allow for us to expand and move into provide greater service to the world. The same with health. Let's say that I'm calling forth greater health. So we do the work, we vision, we affirm, we lean into our prayers, we lean into our meditations, we lean into our prayer journals and all of that, these beautiful tools. But why do we want greater health? Do we want to call forth greater health so that we can just, and I'm saying just this, it's not an opinion, but I'm kind of joking here, but so that we can just lay on the couch and eat chips, so that we can run to the store and get more cigarettes, or whatever the case may be? Or are we seeking to call forth greater health so that we can be an expanding and ever-increasing beneficial presence here on the planet, so that we can carry out what we're here to do to a greater extent, with more ease and without the pain and the struggle that we may be experiencing in terms of moving and getting ourselves from point A to point B? Or relationships. Let's say that we want to call forth a loving relationship, or new relationship, or a relationship. But why? Do I want a relationship so that I don't have to feel alone? So that we don't have to experience the anxiety or the thoughts of worry or not being enough that arise in the space of not being in a relationship? Or do we want a relationship so that we can perfect our loving, so that we can build a beautiful family? Are we trying to fill the void, or are we trying to, or is it in alignment with our true soul's calling? And the same with livelihood, or the work, or the employment that we may be having. Why do we want a new workspace or place to go to? Is it because in this environment that we currently are, there's a lot of we're not getting along with people that are here, our co-workers? We have judgments about them, how they are, what they should do, what they shouldn't do, and we're trying to get away from that. Or do we feel, is it a heart's desire for us to move on to something else where we can be of greater service, where our talents and gifts and abilities may be maybe set to greater use, where we can give more or share more. When we ask such questions, whenever we become aware of something, whenever we engage in this kind of introspection or self-awareness or self-observation, we're not doing any of this so that we can beat ourselves up, so that we can blame ourselves or shame ourselves, but we are doing this so that we can become aware of what is running us. Are we moving through the world from a small, limited paradigm, from fear, worry, and doubt, from a sense of not being enough, not having enough? Or are we moving in the world as givers, generous in our being of service, from a sense of being enough? Absolutely. But the main motivator is, how can I expand my service? How can I be of greater service? So whatever comes up, it is all good. We get to observe it. We get to embrace it, allow it, so that we can release and let it go, so that something else, if what we are becoming aware of is a thought form, a judgment, an opinion, a perspective, a perception that doesn't serve us, then we get to be loving and kind towards ourselves, embrace and allow that perception, that judgment, that opinion, so that we may release and let it go for something new, greater, grander, more centered in the knowing that we are enough, in the knowing that the world cannot give us anything of lasting value. But if we want to experience more peace, or more love, or more joy, or more harmony, or more abundance, or more health, or wholeness, or beauty, if we want to experience more of that, we need to turn within and allow it to emerge from within. Because that's the only space and place where we can find it and where we can lastingly experience it, be with it. So the invitation is, as we're moving through life on a continuous basis, from time to time, this is not a moment-to-moment daily practice, but from time to time, we're wise, and the invitation is for all of us to stop, become still, and ask, why am I moving the way I am moving in life? What is it that is motivating me? Am I running or moving from fear? Or am I moving from inspiration? Am I moving from a sense of not being enough? Or am I moving from a sense of I am enough? Am I moving from a space of lack and scarcity? Or am I moving from a space of knowing that all my needs are met? This is a powerful practice. This is a powerful practice. So, thank you so much for tuning in, for participating, for joining me. Until the next time, I bless all of our days, and I bless all of our ways. With much love, many blessings. Namaste.